Hi. One of the most difficult things in the market is to go against your own emotions. But surely your emotions can't always be wrong. No, not always. Just when it really matters, at the extremes, which is when you lose control of your actions. Yes, you. When is that? First, when you personally despair so completely that you will do anything to stop the pain and sell at any price. But chances are that deep despair like yours causes everyone to sell at any price, which of course is when the market turns. Second, and similarly, when you feel so euphoric, you just know you are a genius and feel compelled to add to your winning positions at any price. It's likely most others think so too, and they chase stocks too, which of course is when the market usually forms a top. Yes, market tops and bottoms are formed by emotions, not by analysis. But unless you have felt these emotions yourself, you simply cannot understand them because extreme euphoria and extreme panic are like love or hate. Unless you felt them yourself, it's impossible for you to understand their impact. Yes, again, you. Because you are part and parcel of your decision-making process of buying, selling, or doing nothing, which is just as important. And unless you know your emotions and how they feel to you at the extremes of fear and greed, it would be hard for you to buy when everyone else is selling in a panic, or sell when everyone else is buying in euphoria. But how can you get to that point of knowing yourself emotionally? There's an old New Yorker magazine cartoon in which a man is walking down Fifth Avenue with a violin case under his arm. He asks a passerby, "How do I get to Carnegie Hall?" The passerby responds, "Practice." This answer is also good for the question, how can you become a better investor? Not just in theory, but in real life. An investor that can act even under extreme conditions, extreme emotions. The answer is yes, practice. It is good advice, not just violin players, or basketball players, or boxers, or Marines, all of which practice again and again in conditions that resemble where they'll have to perform it. And so should you practice if you plan to take other people's money in the market. Yes, there's a technique to it, just as in violin playing, or basket dunking, or boxing, or rushing into enemy fire while still shooting straight. But is practice all it takes? No. There's always a little extra something that you can't name, which is talent, genius, courage, natural skill, that even 10,000 hours of practice won't give you. Let's face it, practice alone won't make you to Yasha Hefetz on the violin, or a Kasparov in chess, or Muhammad Ali in the ring, or Warren Buffett in the market. Yes, Buffett too is an artist in money. But practice will certainly make you into a competent player that wins against 90% of enthusiastic amateurs out there who think they are natural-born geniuses who don't have to practice. But practice what and how? Simple. Whether you are just starting out in investing or even have some experience, you can practice with paper money, not the kind that Fed prints, but practice money in an imaginary portfolio. There are 5 steps to this practice. Step 1, give yourself, say, 100 grand or 50 grand of whatever amount would be realistic for you to invest. Step 2, set up a portfolio on finance.yahoo.com. Set up in it the stocks you would like to buy or sell. Ideally, you can of course also add stocks later. I suggest you leave off commodities and options until you really know what you're doing, which will be quite a while ahead. Step 3, now every day or every week, whatever your period of buying is, buy and sell whatever amount you think desirable or prudent, or do nothing if you think this is what's called for. Now adjust the buy or sell prices for commissions and input your transactions into the Yahoo portfolio, which will track them for you. It'll only be a minute or 2 of your time, no more. Step 4, write on the side in a little notebook why you did what you did. Every detail. Was it your analysis based on public information? Or was it based on your own sleuthing? Maybe because of a tip? By whom? What were the reasons you listened to it? How fast did you react? How much work did you do to check it? Etc., etc. Final step 5. Once a month, review what worked, what didn't, and why. And of course, once a quarter or a year, review your performance and draw conclusions. That's it. By the way, this is not only my advice. Many experienced money men give you a similar one. For example, Ray Dalio of Bridgewater, which runs tens of billions. He too advises to keep track of all you do, why you did it, and then go back and see what worked for you and what didn't work for you. It's also in his book and was once posted on his company's website. Another one recommended is Lee Kuan Yew, the founder of Singapore, the island city-state, who is admired greatly by Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's partner. Lee Kuan Yew said, "The great secret of success is do what works, don't do what doesn't work." He omitted the work for you, but that's what the advice amounts to. To sum up, practice investing daily and check what works for you, what didn't, and why. Then draw conclusions, do more of what worked, don't do what doesn't. For example, after a while, you may find that you are not good in shorting stocks. I am not, so I do this only rarely and then in small amounts. Or you may find that you are better in long-term hold when you did a lot of sleuthing yourself. In fact, I would bet that you'll find this out, but you'll see. Or you may find you seem to have a knack for investing in mining stocks because your father was a geologist, say, and you used to read his geologist manual when young. Or you may find you are good in short-term trading. I'd be surprised if you are because almost no one is, but you might be. The important thing is keep running your paper portfolio on the side, write down the reasons for all your actions and the results, and draw conclusions, as painful as they are. Write these conclusions in bold red letters above your screen, and then, before you buy or sell anything, either in your paper portfolio or in your real one, consult your own testimony about your abilities and what you should do more of and what you should never do. Then, over time, you will see that if you practice daily, just like a violinist playing scales, or a boxer practicing uppercuts, or a writer practicing dialogue, your return will start inching up. And like all of us pros, you'll likely find out that you make more and more money, not because you have become more brilliant than you might be, but because you'll be making less mistakes. So practice, 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 and over time, you'll get to investor Carnegie Hall. What is that? Semi-retirement, of course, when you can invest just for fun and for enjoying the game, not because you have to. Let me know what you think of the above. Give it a like, subscribe, tell your friend to subscribe too. I'll see you next time, and meantime, thank you very much for watching.